Hello, everyone. If I may have your attention for just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our awards luncheon. I'm David Rojero, President of the Governor's Hurricane Conference. On behalf of the directors, officers, and volunteer and paid staff of the conference, we welcome you to this luncheon. To give our invocation, we have Reverend Gerald Kistner of the Tabernacle Baptist Church.
Thank you. Let us pray. God of creation, God that sits high but reaches low, God that spoke into existence this lovely world of ours, we pray your presence during this conference and all that is taking place. For we know that even though the skies are sunny today, that sometimes nature has a way of creating havoc. In those moments, we ask that your presence would still be in the midst of us, guiding us, protecting us, and keeping us. We pray for your Holy Spirit that would sustain us and maintain us, even when the winds are blowing both in our life and in our surroundings. Now, Lord, we ask that you would bless all of the food and the drink that is being consumed, that it be used to nurture and strengthen us, that we too might become co-participants in bringing the kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. This is our prayer. Let all of God's children say, amen.
Please enjoy your meal and the company at your tables, and we'll start the awards program after lunch. Hello again. We have a pretty lengthy program, so we need to get right to it. But first, to welcome us to Palm Beach County, let me introduce the Palm Beach County Administrator, Virginia Baker.
Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to Palm Beach County, better known as the perfect place, paradise. And I know that you have had a very extensive training sessions. From my understanding, it has been very informative. And I'm hoping that you also left time to relax and enjoy Palm Beach County, that you've been able to walk across the street to our entertainment district, and you shopped, ate, and left money, including sales tax. And I cannot say enough about this group, because here in Florida, we're a team, and we've been able to weather the storm, no pun intended. But we know that the sessions that are being presented here today, the exhibitors that have been here, just simply better prepares us for what's to come in the future. And it's better for us to be prepared as opposed to not being prepared. And with you as partners, I know that we're in good hands. I'd like to commend you and give you a major round of applause for having roughly about 1,600 participants, including the conventioneers as well as your exhibitors and others, your presenters, etc. So you should give yourselves a round of applause. So again, please continue to enjoy the conference. Make sure you do a little more shopping, leave a little more stimulation in our economy, and enjoy the rest of your stay, and come back to see us soon. Thank you.
Before we begin our recognition of the recipients of today's awards, I'd like to introduce the members of the awards committee who have the difficult responsibility of selecting the most worthy candidates from among many nominees submitted for consideration. As I call your names, please stand and remain standing. I also ask that the members of the audience hold their applause until all the names have been announced. Fred Johnson serves as the chairman of the committee. He is the meteorologist in charge with the National Weather Service in Melbourne. The remaining members of the awards committee are Sally Bishop, Pinellas County Emergency Management Director and member of the Florida Emergency Preparedness Association; Evan Rosenberg, former Recovery Bureau Chief from the Florida Division of Emergency Management; Steve Bayer, Community Volunteer Leader, Palm Beach Martin County Chapter of the American Red Cross; Matt Moreland, meteorologist in charge with the National Weather Service in Key West; and of course the committee is supported by the Executive Vice President Lynn Daines and Director of Administrative Services Renee Daines. Please join me in thanking them for their service to this conference. Before we begin announcing the recipients of today's awards, I have a couple of announcements. First, we ask that you stay with us until the conclusion of the session so that all of our recipients will be properly recognized. Second, I think we all agree that the main purpose of this conference, one of the main purposes, is education, and to reach that goal, all workshops should begin on time. Therefore, due to the constraints of time of our luncheon, we are unable to entertain spoken comments from all of our award recipients. We will, however, make an exception for the recipient of the Governor's Award, which is our most prestigious award. You will be able to view the acceptance remarks of the other award winners on the screen as they come up to accept their awards. We begin with a special memorial segment of this awards program, which recognizes the contributions of those in various fields of community service who have passed away. This is not the easiest part of the program. Veronica Anderson served as the Director of Safety and Emergency Management for the South Florida Water Management District. She was a long-standing FEPA member, FEPA Certification Commissioner, colleague, mentor, and friend. Veronica served the district for nearly 24 years and was instrumental in establishing the Emergency Management Program at the South Florida Water Management District. As a key contributor to the district's emergency management program, she participated in the development and maintenance of the agency's comprehensive emergency management plan and the design and implementation of a dedicated EOC to ensure the district could perform its core mission, even through catastrophic-level hurricanes. During her tenure at the district, Veronica was involved in implementing the district's first Hurricane Freddy exercise, which is still conducted annually. She also coordinated the training of other technical guidance to the estimated 2,000 district employees within the district's 16 counties. Veronica was also a member of the State of Florida Emergency Response Team, which included response to the Value Jet aviation disaster in the Everglades and major wildfire incidents in the state of Florida. Veronica Anderson passed away in May of 2015. Before her untimely death, Rhonda White served as Director of the Office of Performance and Quality Improvement for the Florida Department of Health in Tallahassee. In 1980, she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of South Florida and earned her MBA degree from Florida State University. She also did divinity coursework at Asbury Theological Seminary. Rhonda first joined the Florida Department of Health in 1987 and stepped into the public health preparedness leadership role shortly after September 11th, where she keenly recognized Florida's vulnerabilities and the need to partner with public and private entities to protect Florida's residents and visitors. She championed a revolutionary effort to create the Florida Public Health and Medical Response System, helping the Sunshine State to weather several public health emergencies. As a member of the State Emergency Response Team, she tirelessly worked through the 2004 and 5 hurricane seasons, and she was essential in coordination and support. As a key member of the state's public health management team, Rhonda's expertise and interdisciplinary approach helped the Department of Health and its partners evaluate infrastructure needs and build support for the efficient and effective delivery of public health services and programs. With Rhonda's leadership, Florida became a nationally recognized model in public health preparedness. In 2013, the University of South Florida College of Public Health named Rhonda White the 2013 Florida Outstanding Woman in Public Health. The university bestows the award each year to a woman whose career accomplishments and leadership contribute significantly to the field of public health in Florida. Rhonda White passed away on November 16, 2015. Deborah Lee Peck began her career with Pinellas County in human resources in July 1994 and joined emergency management in December 2005. Debbie had come to know emergency management by volunteering to work emergencies in the county's Citizens Information Center. This sparked Debbie's interest in public service, to be involved with emergency management as a servant of the people. She worked to establish and maintain open communications with the over 365 healthcare facilities in Pinellas County. She assisted healthcare facilities with their comprehensive emergency management plans. She was a member of FEPA and served on the Healthcare Conference Planning Committee. Debbie's compassion made her an asset as a colleague, but also as a friend. She worked tirelessly to ensure the needs of Pinellas County special needs citizens would be met during an emergency. And she was involved with the Citizens Information Center. Debbie Peck passed away on July 1st, 2016 at the young age of 57. She is missed by all who knew her. Wendy Duncan had over 25 years of experience in disaster response and closeout, as well as cost estimating and project management. She worked extensively within FEMA public assistance in many capacities. Wendy had a strong working knowledge and experience with numerous federal and state standards and regulations. She was designated a mentor and trainer for junior project officers and specialists. Wendy had a passion for helping people and participated in over 60 disaster deployments, as well as 24 training deployments as an instructor, trainer, and project office mentor. Wendy Duncan passed away on September 6, 2016. Jenny Grisalis began her career with the Florida Division of Emergency Management as an intern in the State Watch Office and in the Radiological Emergency Planning Unit. Later, she served as the Digital Engagement Coordinator in External Affairs and as a Deputy Communications Director. She regularly volunteered with the Wakulla County Animal Shelter. Jenny was a beloved friend and co-worker. She was exactly what you'd want in an emergency manager, colleague, and friend. Jenny touched so much of the division. Jenny did her volunteering and interning while still a student at Florida State University, earning her undergraduate and master's degrees. She studied Florida politics and became an admirer of Governor Askew, frequently commenting, "That's not what Governor Askew would want." Jenny always tried to avoid letting others down. Jenny Grisalis passed away in a tragic automobile accident on November 13, 2016, at the age of 25. I told you this was hard. Even after her passing, she helped others as an organ donor, and she actually saved 4 lives. A 26-year-old received her heart, 2 40-somethings received her kidneys, and a 58-year-old man received her liver. Jenny's legacy lives on. Ray Cassis obtained his first amateur radio license in 1966. He joined the American Radio Relay League and served in many of its positions, and was appointed as the emergency coordinator for Brevard County in 1991. In August 92, Ray led a group of amateur radio operators to South Florida to assist with the recovery from Hurricane Andrew. He worked with Bob Lay, the Brevard County Emergency Management Director, to create a single point of contact for the director with the various radio communications clubs in Brevard County. Ray was a founding director of the nonprofit Brevard Emergency Amateur Radio Services. Ray provided leadership, financial support, and technical support for the creation of a mobile communications vehicle that can provide a communications base to support the Brevard County Emergency Management Division. After Hurricane Charlie, Ray prepared a mobile FM broadcast studio to provide information from emergency agencies to the local residents. Ray has inspired many people and amateur radio operators to provide assistance to the citizens of Brevard County. Ray passed away in November of 2016. Charlie Fant was the retired fire chief for the city of Treasure Island, Florida. He became interested in the fire service at a young age and eagerly volunteered. At just 18 years old, he was the only paid firefighter. His job was to drive the truck to the fire, hook up the hose, assess the situation, and hope that the volunteers heard the centralized alarm. As the department grew, Charlie was promoted to lieutenant, then chief. He was one of the first to graduate from paramedic school in the state of Florida. He achieved certifications in fire administration and arson investigation and constantly networked with other departments across the country to learn about hurricane preparedness. While chief, he was elected to serve a term as president of the Pinellas County Fire Chiefs Association. He also served as acting city manager and head of the building department when vacancies occurred, while maintaining his position as fire chief, and it was his responsibility to provide for the safe evacuation of Treasure Island during times of threatening hurricane activity. The chief was best known for his patience and kindness. He assisted many young people toward a career in fire service by providing them experience through volunteering, and many advanced to other departments. Chief Charlie Fant passed away January 15th of 2017 at the age of 64. For over 21 years, Maureen Long served the citizens of Seminole County in the Office of Emergency Management. Maureen made it her mission to make a difference in her community through her work. Maureen served in various positions and a number of notable incidents. In February of 1998, Maureen responded to one of the worst tornado outbreaks in Florida's history and worked to develop strong recovery strategies with the help of her co-workers. That summer, Maureen was called to serve again in response to one of the worst wildfire events in Florida. 2004 brought an historic hurricane season when Charlie, Francis, and Jean impacted Florida and Seminole County, causing major destruction to residential homes and the public infrastructure. Maureen rose to the need of her community and served in the Emergency Operations Center as the planning chief. Perhaps one of the most challenging incidents met by Maureen was the 2010 Haiti evacuation following a major earthquake. Seminole County served as the main port of entry through the Sanford Airport. Maureen served countless days providing relief to over 10,000 evacuees and more than 100 orphans during the Operation Haiti Relief. Towards the end of her career, Maureen served as the planning section chief for Seminole County during the civil unrest in the wake of the Trayvon Martin killing in 2012. Maureen spent many days assisting the city of Sanford in various capacities to ensure the citizens were safe and to mitigate the economic effects on the community. Maureen retired in 2012 as the senior planner for Seminole County's Office of Emergency Management. Maureen is remembered as a pioneer for emergency management in Florida. She helped to lay the foundation for the development of future emergency management professionals. Maureen Long passed away peacefully at home March 24 of this year. After a 3-year battle with cancer, Kevin Smith passed away surrounded by friends and family on April 7th of this year. He was the former Chief Information Officer for the Florida Division of Emergency Management. An avid photographer, diver, car racer, boater, and cyclist, his true passion was being a great father to his 2 children. They will miss his love and guidance, his infectious curiosity for learning, and his optimistic outlook on life. Kevin competed on swim teams for Leon High School, a swim club in London, England, and at Florida State University. Prior to joining the Division of Emergency Management, he owned several businesses, and he held the rank of Major in the Civil Air Patrol. He was an active member of the community, supporting Tallahassee Museum, WFSU, and the Lemoyne Center for Visual Arts. During the first 27 years of his adult life, Mark Harris was a rescue paramedic in New York City Fire Department's Special Operations Command. He saved many lives during that time in Brooklyn neighborhoods. His special operations training allowed him and others to rescue people in building collapses, hazardous material incidents, and people trapped in fires. Most significantly, he was a first responder at the World Trade Towers on September 11th and a survivor of the building collapses. Harris and his wife, Brandy, retired to Palm Beach County in 2010. Shortly thereafter, he found work uniquely suited to his abilities and experience as a community relations specialist and fire rescue liaison between his employer, Delray Medical Center, and fire rescue departments in Palm Beach County. District Chief Doug McGlynn cited Mark as an invaluable asset to the EMS community and a vital link between the hospital staff and the local firefighters and paramedics in the south of the county. Mark lived his life for one primary reason: to be a paramedic and to save lives. Mark Harris passed away this past weekend. He will be missed across the fire and EMS community. And now, with the assistance of the board and officers of the Governor's Hurricane Conference, we will begin our 2017 awards presentations. Please welcome to join me on the stage Alberto Moscoso, Governor's Hurricane Conference Vice President representing the Florida Division of Emergency Management, Pablo Santos, Conference Vice President representing the National Weather Service, Paul Womble, Conference member of the Board of Directors representing the Florida Emergency Preparedness Association, Becky McCory, Governor's Hurricane Conference Secretary representing the American Red Cross. Also assisting is Ann Rowe, the Conference Media Coordinator. I came down with a little cold this week, and my throat is kind of sore, so there's a lot of material to have to say. We will now begin with our 2017 Governor's Hurricane Conference Awards presentation with the Innovation Award. This award recognizes the conception and development of a new and unique program or system in the field of hurricane preparedness, response, recovery, and mitigation within the state of Florida. Under this recipient's leadership and engineering expertise, the Florida Department of Transportation developed the new Florida 511 Traveler Information System. This unique and innovative system assists drivers with their daily commutes and in the field of hurricane preparedness, response, and recovery before, during, and after Hurricanes Hermine and Matthew. Florida 511 was an essential tool for the traveling public and emergency managers, and for the news media. The Florida Department of Transportation launched the new 511 system on September 1st, 2016, the day before Hurricane Hermine struck the Panhandle. The new 511 website recorded nearly 30,000 sessions in one day during the peak of Hermine as Floridians were checking the site for roadway and bridge closure information. Even before the storm, as people in the Tampa Bay area were expecting landfall there, they were using the 511 platforms to check on roadway flooding and potential closures of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge due to high winds. 1 month later, Category 4 Hurricane Matthew skirted Florida's east coast, resulting in dozens of road and bridge closures. FL511.com pushed 100,000 sessions in one day. October 6th, on one day, October 6th, and set a new one-month record with over 300,000 hits in the month of October. As Floridians found it an essential tool to stay up to date on roadway conditions in case of an evacuation or in preparation for post-storm travel, this recipient and his team developed 5 platforms through which users can access information on road and bridge closures, travel times and alternate routes, real-time traffic cameras, evacuation routes, and more. These platforms include a free app available for both Apple and Android, a website, and a personalized text service and email alerts, as well as a phone system and Twitter feeds. This team from the Department of Transportation worked around the clock at the State Emergency Operations Center and the state's regional traffic management centers for ongoing assessment and dissemination of road closure information. Despite the fact that the system was still in its infancy when these storms hit Florida, every platform worked well and without delay. The number of users who registered for personalized text and email alerts increased by 35% the week of Hurricane Matthew. These users were able to know before they go to arrive safely. For leadership and engineering prowess, for the innovative Florida 511 Traveler Information System, please join me in recognizing our recipient of the 2017 Innovation Award, Russell Allen, Intelligence Transportation System Program Development Engineer, the Florida 511 Project Manager. Our second award is the Public Information Award. This award is granted to an individual or organization that has developed an innovative and effective public educational tool or program which has improved hurricane preparedness, response, recovery, or mitigation in the state of Florida. This year, the award is for the implementation of the program for which Mr. Allen just received the Innovation Award, the Florida 511 system, a vital tool to educate and inform the public during hurricane evacuations and related traffic issues. Please join me in honoring the Florida's Department of Transportation 511 Traveler Information System with the 2017 Public Information Award. Russell, you can go sit down now. Our next award is the Dick Fletcher Media Award. This award is for an individual or organization in the news media for outstanding efforts to educate and inform the public about hurricanes and hurricane preparedness, response, recovery, or mitigation in the state of Florida. This year's recipient, a local television meteorologist, is extremely involved in the community. During live broadcasts, he speaks directly to the viewers about their specific neighborhoods and communities. His on-air persona exudes the confidence and creates an atmosphere of trust to all watching and listening. He uses the Great American Teach-In as an opportunity to visit numerous schools to explain tropical forecasting philosophy and how it affects our daily life. He is part of many local events and is always willing to talk about everything from tropical weather to his beloved Tampa Bay Rays. He has always been responsive to local government managers. In fact, during his Facebook Live episodes, which he frequently does, He will speak directly to everyone that logs in and asks about their community. He does his best to respond to each one. At times, these Facebook Live sessions will go on for hours. In fact, there have been occasions this year when this recipient did a live cut-in on air while continuing his Facebook Live session. He has also been known to do a Facebook broadcast from his own kitchen and from the beach. For all these reasons, the 2017 Dick Fletcher Media Award goes to Dennis Phillips, Chief Meteorologist, WFTS-TV, ABC Action News, Tampa, Florida. Our next award is the American Red Cross Award. This recognizes an individual staff member, volunteer, or unit of the American Red Cross that has made an outstanding contribution to the fulfillment of the Red Cross hurricane preparedness, response, recovery, or mitigation activities in the state of Florida. Our award recipient's passion for the Red Cross and its mission began even before he joined the Red Cross in 2006. As a career officer for the Fire Department of New York in 1989, he pulled together a group of Latino New York City firefighters to respond to Hurricane Hugo. Out of that initial response, the Disaster Assistance Response Team was started, and New York firefighters used vacation time to respond to disasters. As a leader of the DART program, this award recipient became an active leadership volunteer for the Red Cross of Greater New York. In 2003, he was detailed to the New York City Office of Emergency Management, where he served as a citywide incident coordinator, as well as a member of the Human Resources team. In that capacity, he was instrumental in performing hundreds of shelter surveys in New York City using the Red Cross guidelines. When he retired from the New York City Fire Department, this awardee began his second career as a Red Cross employee, responsible for the northern area of Greater New York. In that capacity, he developed teams throughout the area to respond to disasters. In 2013, he was hired as the Division Disaster for State Relations Director for Florida, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. His impact in this position has been seen throughout the division. He is an incredible relationship builder, and he uses his skills to ensure the Red Cross is a good partner. His knowledge of hurricanes, his ability to collaborate, and his dedication to the people we all serve make him an outstanding member of the American Red Cross. In 2016, 11 years had passed since Florida was affected by a major hurricane. The 2016 hurricane season resulted in two storms, Hermine and Matthew, which threatened the entire Atlantic coast of Florida. This awardee's effective planning and preparedness activities and exceptional collaboration with state, local, and non-governmental partners was instrumental in the successful Red Cross response in the state. He exemplifies the Red Cross commitment to the people it serves, and he actively promotes effective working relations with our partners in hurricane preparedness and response. Please join me in honoring the 2017 American Red Cross awardee, Cesar Rivera, Division Disaster State Relations Director. That's quite a theme song you have, Caesar. Our next award is the Bob Lay Emergency Management Award. This award is to an individual whose primary responsibilities are in emergency management or a city, county, regional, state, or federal emergency management agency for outstanding progress and accomplishments in the field of hurricane preparedness, response, recovery, mitigation, or research in the state of Florida. This year's recipient is a group of individuals who are dispersed throughout the state as field liaisons designated to assist local communities in their preparedness efforts. During activations, however, these regional coordinators are often summoned to work directly in the impacted area before, during, and after the event. When Hurricane Matthew threatened the state in the fall of 2016, this team took an active role in the response efforts. Several of the members took active positions in local EOCs for the duration of the response and short-term recovery periods, often working 12-hour shifts for weeks at a time. Not to be outdone, the others picked up the void that their compatriots had left in assuming active EOC roles and continued to work day-to-day issues over larger areas and to work Hurricane Hermine recovery issues as well. These liaisons for state and local emergency managers have for years gone above and beyond the call of duty, often with little recognition. Current members of this team are Wanda Stafford, Brian Bradshaw, Bruce Scott, Paul Sedal, Carly Schwartz, Patrick Fuller, and Willie Bowie. There are many other regional coordinators who have moved on to other adventures. All these individuals and their long-serving manager, Jim Roberts, are recognized with the 2017 Bob Lay Emergency Management Award. Our next award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, recognizes an individual who has made outstanding or substantial contributions and accomplishments in the field of hurricane preparedness, response, recovery, or mitigation at local, state, or national level over an entire career. We have chosen two individuals with exceptional contributions and accomplishments this year for the 2017 Lifetime Achievement Awards. Our first recipient has distinguished himself over the past 16 years in the field of emergency management as the Director for Jackson County Emergency Management. He began his career with Jackson County in 2001 as the Director for Emergency Management, after serving 21 years with the United States Air Force and nearly 2 years with the Florida Department of Revenue. He began work immediately as 4 tornadoes touched down during the early morning hours of March 15, 2001. While serving as the Emergency Management Director for Jackson County, he has excelled, always going above and beyond what was required. He is an extremely competent and efficient individual with an extensive breadth of knowledge and training. Because of his communication skills, he has always maintained a good rapport with his coworkers and also with the people of the community. His strong leadership has proven very effective in dealing with different emergency situations over the past 16 years. Through the numerous storms, hurricanes, train derailments, and other various issues that have risen within the county, he has always displayed a high degree of integrity, responsibility, and compassion, with a strong belief in the safety of his community. He is a consummate professional and demonstrates a lifelong effort of support to his county, his region, and the state of Florida emergency management. It's my pleasure to present our first 2017 Lifetime Achievement Award to Rodney Andreessen, Director, Jackson County Emergency Management. Our second honoree has pioneered disaster management in the Cayman Islands. His determination and commitment have made the islands safer and more resilient, and has earned him the respect and admiration of peers in the field and in the wider region. He was appointed Hazard Management Director in August of 2009. He has been instrumental in establishing a full-time disaster management office and implementing an all-hazard approach to disaster management in the Cayman Islands. Hurricane Ivan dealt a devastating blow to Grand Cayman in 2004. In the aftermath of the hurricane, this awardee led the recovery of his district in East End and was appointed to the overall damage assessment coordinator for the Cayman Islands. During his tenure in the Cayman Islands, during his tenure in the planning department in the Cayman Islands and at the helm of hazard management, there have been many significant achievements. The Cayman Islands has only one disaster management office, which is made up of a staff of 10 individuals. Despite the small size of the Cayman Islands, it is one of the top 10 financial centers of the world and ranks as one of the top 5 cruise destinations. Yet it is vulnerable to a whole range of hazards, including hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, and tsunamis. Prior to establishment of hazard management, Cayman Islands, the disaster management operations were entirely volunteer-based and focused only on the hurricane threat, and only on one aspect of that, namely response. Today, thanks in large part to the hard work of our recipient, the Cayman Islands have an office that is focused on preparing for, mitigating, responding to, and recovering from any natural disaster. He has helped build a culture of safety and resilience in the Cayman Islands and encouraged and facilitated the implementation of mitigation measures to minimize the consequences of natural and other disasters. Under his leadership, the Cayman Islands are building the tools and support needed to ensure a robust national response for the preservation of life and the provision of basic essential supply and services for any type of threat. It's my pleasure to present our second 2017 Lifetime Achievement Award to McCleary Frederick, Director, Hazard Management, Cayman Islands. Before we present our last scheduled award, there is an award that does not appear on the nomination form used by the conference each year. It is titled the Special Achievement Award. Unlike our other categories, the recipient of this award is recommended to the conference officers by our staff for the individual's exemplary service to and support of the Governor's Hurricane Conference. This year's recipient first came to the conference with our first group of scholarship students in 2010. He quickly caught the attention of many attendees with his enthusiasm, intelligence, and drive. He began his career in Florida as a graduate intern at FSU Emergency Management while pursuing his master's degree in public administration. He began his career with the Florida Department of Emergency Management as an operations intern in the State Watch Office. He rose up the ranks to become the Deputy Operations Chief and Senior State Watch Officer in 2012, and then Special Projects Coordinator for the Office of the Director in 2015. Most recently, he has accepted the position of Emergency Services Manager for Prince William County, Virginia. Beginning in 2011, he served the conference as a student ambassador, leading the ongoing scholarship program for several years. He then began serving on the Educational Outreach Committee, which oversees the program, and he has served on the Governor's Hurricane Conference Program Committee from 2011 through this year. His energy and dedication are phenomenal. He exemplifies the adage, if you want something done, ask a busy person. It is with great pride that we present the 2017 Special Achievement Award to Brian Missner, formerly with the Florida Department of Emergency Management. Now we come to our most prestigious award, the Governor's Award. And the recipient of this honor must have made an outstanding and major contribution to the cause of hurricane preparedness, response, recovery, mitigation, or research in the state of Florida. The impact of this individual's achievement must be statewide in scope. This year's honoree certainly fits all the criteria for this award. Hurricane Matthew dealt St. Johns County a devastating blow, and the county emergency management team performed exceptionally in the face of a wide range of issues during response and recovery. The recipient of this year's award is largely responsible for this success. She has led her partner agencies through multiple drills and practical functional exercises to ensure proper hurricane preparation. She has represented the emergency management industry on multiple statewide task forces, committees, and work groups, including serving as past president of the Florida Emergency Preparedness Association, a co-sponsor of the Governor's Hurricane Conference. She is an engaging leader as evidenced by her innovative morning chats with team members featuring informal discussion and collaboration on specific emergency management topics. This approach proved to be extremely successful as a learning tool, as well as an effective method to build teamwork and expand partner agencies' knowledge and application of complex hurricane evaluation and sheltering-related emergency management principles and concepts. Since Matthew's devastation, our recipient has been an important part of St. John County's recovery team that continues to help rebuild Florida's unique, oldest community. The success of the St. Johns County Emergency Management Program during Hurricane Matthew serves as evidence of the vision and leadership of our awardee, and it is with honor that we present the 2017 Governor's Award to Linda Stoughton, Director, St. Johns County Emergency Management.
Good music, Eve, thanks. I'm both humbled and honored to stand on the stage today to accept this award. But while my name is on the plaque, I accept this for our entire emergency management staff and the 200 plus people that worked in the St. Johns County Emergency Operations Center for 24 days, rising to the occasion of Hurricane Matthew. October 7th changed the landscape of St. Johns County with our carved beaches, 1,400 people with homes impacted, and many other challenges that we had with debris and recovery. But it is really the strength of our partnerships that allowed our community to rise to this occasion. Morning Chat has helped with that, but the depth of our partnerships in St. Johns County, the family of St. Johns County, is what made us strong to get through those days with Hurricane Matthew. Emergency management's role is to take care of home, and that's what we did on October 7th and the days after. And with that, I say thank you to my staff, thank you to everybody that worked in the Emergency Operations Center, and all the responders in the field. Thank you for this honor.
Two items before we wrap up today. Certificates of attendance will be available in the registration area beginning at 3 p.m. today when you turn in your written evaluations. I'd also like to take a final moment to recognize the people who make the conference a success each year: our volunteers, presenters, committee members, support staff, monitors, mentors, officers, and board members. I'd like all those people to please stand up and be recognized. And let us have one last round of applause for all of our awards recipients today. This concludes our 2017 awards ceremony on behalf of the Governor's Hurricane Conference directors, officers, and volunteer paid staff. We hope you will enjoy the remainder of the conference, and I would ask that the award recipients please come forward. We'll take some group pictures. Thank you very much, and have a good day.